Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to draw Smokey Bear. So get ready. First of all, one thing that I want to show you about Smokey Bear is that I'm using his head as a measuring tool. His body is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little more than 5 heads tall. So about 5 heads tall down to his feet, and then his feet come down too. So we want to make sure that we don't make him too big and we don't make him too small, and that his head is pretty wide. It's almost as wide as his body. So that's how wide his head is, or how wide his body is, just a little bit wider than his head. I'm going to put my picture off to the side so I can look at it while I'm drawing. So here we go. Whenever I draw him, I'm going to start with his hat. So I am going to draw a curved line. Starts off curved at the top, and then it comes around and then makes another curve around. Sort of like 2 letter J's that are connected to each other. Next, I'm going to draw 2 lines that go straight up to form part of his hat, and then 2 more lines that are slanted, and then a little line that connects across. I noticed that I made this line a little bit too long, so I am going to erase that. Then I'm going to make his band for his hat, 2 lines that go across, and the word Smokey across there. So remember, you actually do have to write Smokey on his hat. I'm going to make 2 lines here, 2 curved lines to show there's creases there. And there's another little line down here, and I can shade that in. Alright, so we've got his hat. Now we're going to make his head. And remember, his head is pretty wide, and he is furry, so we want to show the texture of his fur. Maybe make his head with some little bumpy lines, sort of like that. You want to make sure you draw his ears. He has 2 little ears because he's a bear. And then his eyes. So looking at his eyes in the picture, I'm looking at the same picture as you are. What kind of shape are his eyes? If you said sort of like ovals, you would be correct. So I'm going to draw 2 ovals to make his eyes. 1 oval here, and 1 over here. And then I'll put dark shapes inside, dark circular shapes. To make the color for his eyes. Next, we have his nose and his snout and his mouth. So his nose is going to be a shape that's sort of like a mushroom. So it's going to be a curved line, and then make 2 little curved lines underneath, and then a line that goes down and connects. It's almost like a letter T, or as I said, like a mushroom. And since that is black on him, I'm going to shade it in. Okay. And then he has a line that goes down, and then the lines for his mouth. And in this picture, he is kind of smiling a little bit, so I'm going to make him smiling just a little bit. A line that goes down and kind of curves and curves back up, like that. But you can make him looking more serious, or maybe not smiling. So however you want to make him. And then there's going to be an oval shape around the outside, over the top of his nose. This part is more of a tan color on him. It's a lighter color. So when you color that, you'll use a lighter color. And then his lip up under here. And there's another line right there to show where his mouth is. Now I do see that in the picture that we're looking at that there's more of his chin down here, but I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. If your drawing ends up looking a little different than the actual Smokey Bear, that is really okay, because my drawing is too. Alright, so when we're looking at his body, you can't really see his neck, so we're not going to make a neck, maybe just a tiny little line to show where the neck is, 2 tiny little lines. And then we're going to make his shoulder coming down, so it's going to be kind of like a big old hump. Nice and wide, not too skinny. He's a big old bear. So that's where his arms would be when we draw his arms. But I'm just going to draw the sides of his body right now down here. I'm just going to leave these alone for right now. And his tummy does come out a little bit. It comes out on the sides. And his size is, I'm looking back at my the picture. Let's see, that's 1, 2. So his body is about 2 head lengths long. Here's his head, so 1, 2. I need to stop his body right about where I stopped. So I'm going to draw a curved line where his body ends and his pants begin. And then I'm going to make his pants. His pants are, here's his head, so 1, a little bit longer than 2 head lengths long. So let's make sure I go 1, 2, a little bit longer. So I'm probably going to stop his legs right about down here. So I'm going to make a line to show that's where his legs need to stop. And then we're going to make 2 lines going down. And his legs do get a little bit skinnier as they go down, so I'm going to make that line kind of slant a little bit. Okay. And then a line down the middle. And then his pants are folded up at the bottom, so you can draw like little rectangle shapes that show that. There, 2 little rectangles. And then he has his belt and his belt buckle that says Smokey on it. So we don't want to forget that important detail. I'm going to draw a line right along here. So that's where his belt is. And then he's got his belt loops. And here's another belt loops on the side. And his belt buckle right in the middle. That also says Smokey. There we go. And the pockets for his jeans. And if you want to get fancy with it, you can make some like creases in his pants to show where there's kind of folds and lines in his pants. And where the zipper comes on his pants. And then finally, we get down to his feet. Feet are hard to draw, so I'm looking at my picture. So I'm going to draw just a straight line going down and kind of a curved line, a little bit curved. It comes down here, and then another kind of slanted line out, and then I'm going to connect those. I almost ran out of room. I'm at the very bottom of my paper. And the same thing on this side, straight line down. Make it kind of curve upwards and then back down again. And then another slanted line over here. And then you can connect those with a curved line. And then you draw where his toes are. 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually makes 5 toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have Smokey's hat, head, body, pants, feet. Now we need his arms. His arms can be doing different things. It depends on what you want to show him doing. Now I'm just going to draw him the way he appears in our picture that we are using today. So I'm going to draw his shovel first. His shovel is by his shoulder. So I'm going to draw it so it overlaps his arm. It's sort of this funny shape that's curved on the sides and sort of pointing at the top. And then it has a shape in the middle that's kind of like a triangle. And then it comes down. And then he's going to be holding it in his hand. And the way we draw that is you draw his fingers first. For me, this is the easiest way to do it. You're going to draw his finger like this, and another finger like this, and another finger like this. And then you can just connect them like that, and his thumb would be right here. It's just a little curved line. And then the handle of the shovel, we just want to make it come down. And when you're drawing a shovel, it's a big shovel. It's not a teeny tiny little shovel. So you want to be careful that you don't make it too small. And of course we can always erase this line. And then I want to draw the rest of his arm. So a line that comes out here. And another line that connects over here. Okay, so Smokey is holding his shovel. And then his other arm, I'm just going to draw it the way it looks in our picture. So I'm going to erase this line because we can't really see that on this side. Alright, I'm going to draw a curved line right about right here. This is going to make his elbow where it's bent upwards. And then make this line come all the way up. It's like a backwards J. And then he's going to be saluting with his hand. And then the other part of his arm is coming up here. Here's his thumb. And his other fingers are going to be up here. I'm going to erase those lines. And of course I can fix this later on and make this look a little bit better, make his thumb look better, make his fingers look better. And, alright, this is my kitty, that's his tail. Move your tail. Dude, you gotta go away. There he goes. Alright, now remember that Smokey is a furry bear, so you want to put the fur texture on him. That is something else you want to do. The way we do his chest, you can see the shadows where he has that definition in his chest. He definitely does not have any circle shapes on his chest. But we can form the shadows by drawing lines that are closer together to show that he has those chest muscles. And then the same with his tummy. There's my kitty again. Sorry about that. Just some lines that are kind of close together to show the shadows on him. And then maybe some other little fur lines to show his texture. But yes, he is a furry bear. So you definitely want to draw some lines to show his furry texture. And he's going to have that fur texture all over where you can see fur, including on his face, and lines on his face to make the fur texture. And you'll notice on the drawing that we are looking at that the lines are really, really close together under his hat, because it shows that there's a shadow where his hat is over his head, and of course his feet. And draw some furry feet. Alright, I think my drawing is finished, and I can definitely go back and I can make some changes and make him look even better, but that's the basic idea of drawing Smokey Bear.